Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fitter and Faster Coaches Corner. As always, I'm your host, Mike Murray. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce you all to the Chief Executive Officer of the American Swim Coaches Association, just starting her journey in her new career path here. Today with me is Jennifer LaMont. Jennifer, welcome to the Coaches Corner on the Fitter and Faster platform.
Hey, how are you? Good to be here.
Super excited to have you. You have hit the ground running from day one. We are so thrilled as an ASCA board to have you leading the charge into 2021 and beyond. We have so many exciting things happening. What has been the most exciting and maybe the most early rewarding experience you've had so far working with ASCA?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's been about 4 months so far, and it's been a blast, I have to say. I'm really enjoying it. Challenges for sure, but getting to know the coaches has probably been the best part. So I've been out and about as much as I possibly can. I've been at meets. As you know, we're based here in South Florida. So I've been hitting the circuit here in the South Florida area. And then I made it out to Irvine last week, and just getting to know all the coaches. I'm getting a really positive, warm response, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. But it's been great to really hear from coaches. I'm kind of trying to get from them. It's helping me get a feel for, what are the needs out there? What do coaches really want? What is really the best route for ASCA to take that can support coaches in the best possible way? So it's been great talking to folks. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. Plus, as you know, we've been doing some surveys, so I'm getting some feedback that way. I just feel like that's critically important to the success of this organization, is to hear from the members, get the members involved in what we're doing. And that's what I've been trying to do the first few months on the job.
It was great to see your social media presence over the last couple of weeks, going to various meets, interacting with coaches, really getting a lot of one-on-one and FaceTime with coaches from around the country. But I also know that you think global also as a leader of our organization. Talk to us about why it's so important that the American Swim Coaches Association is available as an educational platform for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly one of the things that I have been picking up on the most from the coaches is how much they really value education, which is to me a great thing to hear, because I feel like that is what's going to help us professionalize coaching. And it's good to hear that that's what people are eager to do. And I have also heard that they love learning from each other. So that's a great thing too, that we can really, help, create a path so that coaches can have access to the coaches that are successful, or the coaches that are being creative, or, the coaches out there with new and fresh ideas. If we can make all those connections and make it easy for people to access, and make it in a way that is, doable in today's society with a bit, as busy as people are, we can fit it into schedules in a way that makes sense, and then that's a great role that we can fill for coaches. So yes, education is definitely going to be one of our main priorities moving forward. We're coming up with all kinds of creative ideas, revamping the certification programs that we already have and modernizing them. We're already well into that. And coming up with a lot of new and creative ways to connect coaches, not just in a kind of like a traditional education way, but in a way that is more like networking and conversations. All that kind of stuff is really what we're going to try to do, is help put coaches together to be better.
You have such strong interpersonal skills, and I know that making connections available to coaches is critically important to your vision in ASCA. One of the things that I'm most excited about as a club coach is that my associate head coach just got accepted into the ASCA Mentor program. Talk about how excited you are for that program and what it does for young coaches just getting into the business.
Yeah, I'm so excited to get this up and off the ground right away. And I have to thank the College Coaches Association for kind of lending us their model. They're very gracious to say, look, it's something that's working. Feel free to take the model and make it your own. And so we're doing that for age group coaches and team and club coaches. And they've kind of perfected it for the college coach level. And we have launched it, and we are really going to put a little few tweaks on it to make it great for club coaches. And it's matching a early career with a mid-career with a late career coach in a group of 3. They'll meet virtually and hopefully in person at some point as time goes on, but definitely they'll meet virtually monthly. And we've also engaged Jeff Raker, who's a leadership coach, who's going to help, coach the mentors, and so that they get the most out of the program and that they're, have some guidance on what they're doing. But it's really going to be about coaches sharing with coaches. And we've gotten a great response. Lots of people applied for it. The deadline is coming up this Friday, the 20th. So if you want to still get your application in, you can. And then after the 20th, we're going to sit down and match everybody up and get back to everyone about who's in your group. That's going to be really exciting for people to learn who they're going to be learning from for the next year. I'm so happy that we could get this up and going, and I'm so happy to hear the response to it too. Great response, and everybody's excited. So I think everyone, whether you're new or whether you've been we got somebody who applied who's been in coaching for 50 years. Okay. So everybody is going to learn. Like I feel like it's the most experienced coaches that know, because they've been through it, how much they can learn from other coaches. And it's more like the new coaches who we have to convince you're really going to learn a lot from. So I'm really encouraging. We actually have more older coaches than we do younger coaches that applied. So for all you coaches out there who have coaches that are younger, that are working for you or whatever, if you're listening to this and you're in the low end of experience, please apply. Don't be intimidated. We're going to make it easy. We're going to make it fun. And it's going to be a great experience, I think.
One of the great things that I think is happening at ASCA right now, and why I'm so proud to play a small role as a board member and to watch you take the lead, is that ASCA is now opening to everyone. There was a long time misconception, or maybe it was actually truth for a while, that you had to be connected to someone higher up in ASCA to become a role player within the organization, whether it was speaking, contributing articles. I know that you are open to giving everybody an opportunity to provide some sort of feedback to our organization. Talk about why that's so important and your experience working with Teachers Union, how that's led you to help create some of these programs.
Yeah, you're absolutely 100% correct. I believe that, the folks that are the most connected, have an easy path, but it's the folks that are not as connected, don't have that network yet, or for whatever reason, haven't been connected to the organization or to the profession for that matter. Those are the people I want to take the extra effort to reach out to and pull them in and make them feel comfortable. That's what's going to make us all better, because those folks have a lot to contribute and they just haven't, for whatever reason, whether they didn't know the right person or whatever, they haven't had the chance. And so we're all going to be so much better if we are inclusive of everyone and we are welcoming of everyone. So I am opening up all paths to do that, whether it's through, I've been texting out surveys. I've been texting just in general and inviting people. When people respond to me, I see every single one of those. Or whether it's just talking to me on the deck. And I make a point of going up to everyone that I can find on the deck and introducing myself. I'm not just going to the big names or the people I recognize. I'm going to everyone, especially maybe the ones that are, that look like they're not connected. That's who I want to go find. We have got to pull everyone in. And like I said, we're all going to be better for it. So that is definitely my emphasis.
There are coaches out there too, Jennifer, who might be, in year 10, 12, maybe year 15, and they want to play a role on perhaps the board of ASCA. Right now, we have an open call for nominations. Talk to us a little bit about anybody can nominate an ASCA member to run for a board position. It's not like you have to be specially tapped by a current board member.
Right. So we put that out. And from what I understand from ASCA members of several years, that they had never really seen that before. And the folks I talked to, like in my first few months on the job, were saying that, we never really know how you can get on the board. And I said, okay, well, then we need to make this extremely public and blast it out there, because it shouldn't be a secret process. I mean, that's another thing I'm very big on, is transparency. Let's have transparency in the process. Let's make sure that we're not creating an inner circle. And, like you said earlier, that you have to know someone, to get involved or to be in a position of power within the organization. No, we're going to be transparent. We're putting it out there. We're encouraging people to apply. Yeah, like you said, individuals can nominate themselves if they're interested. So we hope that people will do that. That's how we're going to create a diverse board. That's how we're going to create a diversity of thought within the organization. And that's what's going to make our profession stronger, quite frankly. It's like, that's what it's all about in the end, right? It's like making the profession stronger, improving the sport, and the more minds we can get involved and the different perspectives we can involve, the better we're going to be.
I know, Jennifer, that you had to jump immediately into learning about sponsorships and building those relationships. What are you excited about with the sponsors that are coming to ASCA and have expressed interest in helping ASCA continue to grow?
Yeah, it's been a great response from the sponsors, I have to say. We filled the exhibit hall at World Clinic where, the sponsors I have met through, gone through the list. That was one of the first things I did. In addition to reaching out to the coaches, I was having Zoom calls with all the sponsors that have been with us in the past. And, they are so supportive. And I know that we both feel like there's a mutual benefit that we have, and we just have to build those relationships. And, we're all helping, we're all in it for the right reasons. And it's, and so we just have to work together where we can. And, we're all going to flourish, and it's going to help the sport as well. It's going to help coaches, and it's going to help the sport. So, so it's been great. They jumped on board for the World Clinic. I'm very grateful for that. We have sponsors for our talks. We had, like I said, the exhibit hall is full. It's going to be a lot of fun in Orlando in September.
We're looking forward to it as a staff. I know I can't wait to get down there and meet you in person and get to know you a little bit more as we work together to move ASCA forward. Jennifer, we've been working together now for a few months, and one of the things that we're most excited about as a board is the revamp of our educational programs. We touched on it briefly, but we are really putting together a comprehensive school for each level that we've had in the past, and it's something that we're all excited about. It's going to include a lot of new material and new content, so I really encourage coaches to keep their eye out for that. How excited are you for the release of our new education platform?
Oh my gosh, so excited. Like I said, that's what I hear more, the most from coaches out there, that they want to get new and fresh information. And, our certification program is tried and true. And I know a lot of people, have all the various levels and are looking to get the next levels. And it's going to be really exciting to revamp them all and really make them current, cutting edge. That's going to be, and then we are going to devote ourselves to continuing to update them, right? So it won't be it's not going to be another 15 years or something before they get updated. They're going to be current. It's going to be talking to, current successful coaches. You're going to be learning from what's happening now, what the latest technology is. So it's exciting. Like I said, I think it's a great thing for the profession. And it's just going to add validity to, the certification is really going to mean something to boards and employers. Everybody's going to know that it's, when you get that certification, it really means that you have the latest technology, the latest information, the latest thinking, the latest research on the sport and on coaching. So it's great. It's going to be really cool.
It's a perfect segue to talk to our audience about the World Clinic. We've been planning this for a long time. You have been able to put together a lot of different moving parts over the last 2 months. So talk to us about the 2021 World Clinic in Orlando.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I mean, pieces have been coming into place in the last few weeks even. So it's exciting. I mean, I don't know whether you heard, but we just secured Anthony Nesti, which is very exciting. When he got back from Tokyo, he confirmed with us that he will be coming and doing a talk. We also, as we already had in place, the Olympic coach panel on Wednesday night, which is going to be, Greg Troy had already committed to that, as well as Ray Luz, and Nathan Manley is going to be there as well, which he's out at the Paralympics now, but it'll be concluded by September. And of course, Rowdy Gaines will be there as our moderator. So everybody knows how exciting Rowdy Gaines makes things if you listen to the Olympic call. So that should be a lot of fun on Wednesday night. And leading into it is our reception, which again, our sponsors, we have to thank them. We're going to have a great time at the reception in the exhibit hall leading up to that Wednesday night. And then we'll be having the Olympic panel Wednesday night. And then we have some, great talks. Well, one thing that's really cool this year is the pool session. So the Rosen Hotel purchased the pool in Orlando, what used to be the YMCA pool. So we'll be over there and we'll have Braden Holloway and Abby Fish and Megan Esting and Glenn Mills. And Ryan Lotke's going to stop by and he's going to do a demonstration as well. So that'll be happening at the pool. And then Ryan's going to hang out afterwards. And we have a happy hour right there at the pool at the conclusion. So that'll be fun. That's a new little thing. And he's going to hang out and talk to folks. And then the next day, we have a full lineup of speakers. I'm afraid I'm going to leave someone out if I go through the whole list, but it's, we have mental health talks, we have strength and conditioning talks, we have technique talks. We're doing our first ever DEI track at a World Clinic, which I'm really excited about. We have, Nathan Manley's going to stay over from the Wednesday night talk, and he's going to do a Paralympic talk. And then we also have Leland Brown, who is the new DEI manager our director at USA Swimming. So he's coming by. If you haven't met him, he's an extremely interesting and he's like full of energy, and he's going to give a talk on Saturday morning. And then we have Mike Switowski also, who's going to talk a lot about his program, about how he reaches out into diverse communities and builds his team that way. So that's the DEI track. And we also, let's see, who am I missing? We have a high school. We have a few high school sessions happening on Saturday morning. So all you high school coaches out there, I know it's difficult to get away. Your season starts right about then, but if you can make it for Saturday morning, we do have 2 high school talks on Saturday morning. So yeah, I mean it's exciting. There's the awards banquet. It's going to be Thursday night. We're going to do inductions into the Hall of Fame, the ASCA Hall of Fame. We're also going to we're going to reveal the top age group coach of the year. It is under wraps. It has not been revealed. So the top 10 finalists will be there. We've confirmed their attendance. They will be there. So that'll be fun to honor all of them. And then we'll reveal the top age group coach of the year that night as well.
It's going to be a really fun lineup, and being able to celebrate the accomplishments of the coaches this past year, especially in the pandemic, it will be great to get people together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There is still time to sign up. The hotel block does open up and on the end of this week. So if you are planning to go, you should really get your hotel reservations in by the 20th. August 20th is the deadline for that. And we have the BOGO in place, which just expired, but we're going to extend it another week. So if you haven't, because I know coaches have told us they're still trying to find folks. If you've already registered, you can get someone to come with you at no charge, and sign up. So people have been reaching out. And so we had a few requests that they still needed to lock down those details to add on those extra folks at the last minute. So we will extend it a week, but it's a great deal. So you can still sign up. You get 2 coaches for the price of 1. And so, I really encourage folks to take advantage of that. We're a go. We got all these folks coming, and it's going to be a good time.
One thing, Jennifer, that I'm so proud that you're taking charge on with ASCA, and really for the first time, is taking a deep dive into athlete and coach wellness. And this year, I know you have Samantha Arsenault Livingstone coming to talk about why mental health for coaches and athletes and wellness for coaches and athletes is so important. It was kind of a big piece of ASCA that we left out for a long time.
Yeah, okay. So it's another topic that has come up a lot. There's so much burnout in the sport. Coaches, I worked with teachers for 30 years, and I thought perhaps and with nurses, and I thought perhaps they were the biggest givers out there, but I have found that coaches are perhaps the biggest givers out there. And I find it extremely hard to draw the line and give to the point of exhaustion, of burnout. They don't have the support that they should have. So we really, I feel strongly that we can step in as an organization and help provide some of that stuff, whether it's just help on avoiding burnout, whether it's help on your own mental health, or identifying mental health issues in your athletes, because that can weigh heavily on you too. If you can't take care of an athlete's mental health, it can affect your own. Excuse me. So yeah, those are things that we really want to provide resources on, as well as, what I'm calling the whole coach initiative. It's basically everything else that is about a coach, whether it's your financial fitness or your ability to, get insurance, or whatever it is that's affecting your life. Those are the things we all need to focus on and find support for. And so I'm really excited about having ASCA, step into that role. I'm already making a lot of connections to come up with those ways to support coaches in all of those areas. It's the ones that they all push to the side. You all push to the side and say, I'll get to that. It's not a priority. I'm not the priority. My athletes are the priority. But those are the things we got to push back onto the plate and say, okay, it's time to address it, because it's going to affect everyone in the end, everybody. So we'll get involved in that.
I'm so glad you mentioned some of those things, because at Victor Swim Club right now, our staff is working with Tyler Clary and Northwest Mutual on some financial advising. And that's something that you and Tyler have been able to put together, and that he will be at World Clinic. So talk about what that program might offer our coaches.
Yeah, so that's really, yes, it's very exciting. Tyler works for Northwestern Mutual and does financial planning, and he specializes in coaches because of his background in swimming. Obviously, he knows the sport, he knows what the needs are. So he specializes in coaches and clubs, and we've gone into a partnership where he is going to prioritize ASCA members to get financial plans done, and he will then be at World Clinic. And so if you contact him ahead of time and fill out the forms to give him some information, he will actually be able to review it with you and put together a financial plan by World Clinic, or you can go up to him at World Clinic and get the process started. But I'm really excited about that, because I think that that's an area that coaches just really need assistance with and don't know where to turn. It's hard to know where to turn. And so this is a resource that we're going to provide right here. And not only is it just financial planning, but it's specific planning, with people who have experience. Tyler and some of his associates is people who have experience with the coach situation, whether you work for a board or whether you work for your own company. He's going to have a lot of suggestions that, based on his experience already that he has had in the field. So, and then also, like you said, the club aspect. So, yeah, that's an exciting part of it, that will be specific to coaches and financial planning.
You've been a part of several different member service organizations. It's what helped you stand out among the candidates that we had who applied for your position. Talk about how rewarding it is for you to come to the table with different groups and really help a career profession move forward. What's that like?
It is really cool that I get to kind of use all these tools and experiences that I've had in my career over the last many years, and apply it to this, not only this profession, but this sport of swimming. It's something that gives me so much joy, and I am so happy to do it, because as I've said, swimming, gave me what I feel like the foundation of my life. I have such an admiration for the coaches who brought me along and who coached me throughout the years, and for what the sport did for me. So I know firsthand what an incredible sport it is, and how it changes lives. And so I feel so honored to be able to give back to that. So that's why over the years, I've worked for teachers unions and nurses unions and have learned a great deal about how to organize people in a way where they can come together and be better, right? And come together and contribute to each other. And by working together, make everyone better, create better contracts, create more respect for the profession. And those are all the things that I have done in the past. And so I really am looking forward to working with coaches to make that happen for coaches. We just have to convince coaches that by coming together, you can help each other and everybody's going to be better for it. So we got to do that. I really hope that coaches will start to join ASCA, the ones who perhaps in the past have just sat by and said, well, maybe it's not for me. I don't know what I'm getting for it. But now's the time. Let's all get together. Let's all contribute. And then we can, we're going to be able to come up with better services. We're going to be able to work together to have the coach voice heard within USA Swimming or within whatever governing bodies are out there. If we're working together, we're going to have much more influence.
There's no doubt about that. What is the most exciting aspect of your job as you look down your vision, your path for where you want ASCA to be? What are you most excited about?
I think it is, it's having coaches build respect for themselves and their profession. And I know it's sorely missing. So that's what's so exciting to me. Like there's so much room for improvement. What coaches do, like I said, they're the biggest givers out there. I can't even think of another profession that, where they give more to what they do day in and day out to their profession. And yet the respect is not there. So we got to build that. We got to build it among the parents. We got to build it among the employers. We've got to build it just within the community of sports. And we can do it. We can do it. There's just so many ways. Like I said, if we're working together, if we have come together with one voice, and we come together with education and we're improving the profession and we're showing that we're professionals, there's a way to do it. And I just feel like that is going to be the biggest accomplishment because it just is going to affect so many aspects of the profession and of the sport. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Jennifer, you would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised, that when some of our club parents say, so Coach Mike, what's your real job? And I have to say, this is what I do full time. So you're
right.
Speaking the language of so many coaches.
I know it's the truth. I know it. So we're going to work on that.
Jennifer, this board of directors, I'm in the new class of this board of directors, but it has been great getting to know them. And perhaps this board of directors has been closer than many others in the past because we've had to wade through some challenges very early on. What are you most proud of when you think of the members who are on this board? Because this is a hardworking group.
I am so impressed by this board. I mean, it's amazing that there are these iconic coaches like Dave Marsh and Dave Salo and Mark Schubert and then just all of you are so accomplished in your own way, and there's some of you that are new to the board that have brought so much energy that it's so exciting to me. Like every single person on the board has been supportive and engaged and wants to help. And it's just so encouraging to me that, every single one of you has said, let me know how I can help. What can I do? I want to help other coaches, and it helped me figure out how I do that. And so it's really just a matter of figuring it out and plugging coaches in, but the generosity of time and of ideas, they are, all of you are so eager to share with your colleagues all across the country. The ones you don't know, the ones you do know, you're so eager to share with them. And that to me is so important and so encouraging. Like we can accomplish so much with that attitude, and I know it goes even beyond our board. There's lots of that's the general feeling of coaches. And so, with ASCA leading the way and making it happen, I'm so optimistic about the future. I really am.
Yeah, well, we're so excited too. And we're thrilled that you're leading the way. Jennifer, thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to our board meeting when I get to see you again on Wednesday and hear all the new exciting things that's happening with ASCA. And we certainly look forward to the 2021 World Clinic in Orlando. Please, coaches, take a look, go to our website, swimmingcoach.org. You're going to find all the information you need. And as Jennifer mentioned, so many great speakers. We have the leadership folks that are going to be there talking, Samantha Arsenal with mental health. It's just going to be a fantastic panel. And it's not just about swimming, but it's about coach and athlete wellness. And Jennifer, we're excited. Thank you for your time today. And we look forward to seeing you more.
Okay, great. Me too. See you out there.